Hello, everybody. Welcome to Logic Bombs. This was a game released by Matthew Matosis, or his game development group and all of that. Before we begin, take a moment to select a theme. Ooh. Not a huge fan of this theming. You know what? Let's do the green one. Sure. Whoa. Very well. If you regret this decision, view the options menu later. Got it. Let's begin. Logical systems reach logical endings. Logical puzzles are logical systems. Welcome to a realm of pure logic. I love logic. Logic is the best. I am a logician. I love logic. Oh, here we go. Rule 1. Each row and column contains the stated amount of walls. Place wall with left mouse. Make empty with right mouse. Fill all cells. Oh, sorry, I didn't even see the... Okay, well, right mouse didn't make empty. Okay, so this is empty right now. Okay, so that has nothing. That has nothing. This has 9 walls. I don't know if 8 is... Okay, so... Yeah, okay, so that is done now. This doesn't count as a wall. Good to know. 7 means that should be 7. This is 9, so it should be like this. Oh, it should be like... Okay, that's not 7, sorry. This is too many. 8... Okay, so I'm missing 1 here. Well, this 2 already has all of this, so there's no more here. So, 1, we've already met all of this, so this is 8 then. Yeah, that's correct. This is 1 is already full. We had to fill like this. I'm guessing that's going to do this. Is that correct? Oh, I missed an X. That's all it was. Okay. Got it. I understand. It's very much like, there's a similar kind of puzzle like this. But rule 2, bombs burst orthogonally. All 3, rule 3, all these guys have to be eliminated. Okay. So, this has to be like this, and these have to be filled like this, because that will kill all these guys. Okay, so that will kill that, and there has to be 6 here. Sorry, it could be like this. Because we need to kill that, like these. We need 3 here, so it goes like this. There's no reason why we have... Oh, we do have to fill this in anyways. Okay. There's 10 in the whole column, right? Yep, 10 in the whole column. So that makes sense. 8 means we have to fill in all the rest of this here. 2 means we fill the rest of that there. 2 means we fill the rest of this here. 2 means that's done. 3 means that's done, so we're done. Cool, okay, I understand. Rule 4, bombs hit exactly the stated amount of those guys. Oh. Oh. Middle click pulls this up. Cool. So 5 means it hits that, nothing more, nothing less. So I have no way to get it to hit 1 there, so it has to do this. 4. Oh, sorry, it has to do this. Do this. Then 4 has to hit all these. 3 has to hit all these. 2 has to hit all those. There's none in this row here. 1 means this column is done. 1 means this column is done. 6 means that has to get filled in. 6 means that gets filled in. 2 means this is finished. 2 means this is finished. 4 means this gets filled in. 3's done. Okay, I can't click on the 3 to resolve that. I had to do them manually. 1 is done here. 1 is done here. Like that. Got it. Okay. Rule 5, bombs must not hit these guys or other bombs. So then there has to be a block there. That has to be a block there. There has to be a block somewhere here. And this 10 will resolve that. So this bomb must hit this guy, so it has to do this. Please use bombs for intended purposes. Yeah. I will. We have a 10 here, so let's just fill in that 10 nice and quickly. We have a 2 here, so we can just resolve that. 2 there, so we can resolve this. We need a 1 here, so it's one of these guys, which means we can fill the rest of this in here no matter what. 1 here is done, and now 7 doesn't quite fill in quite yet. Ah, 8 does fill in here, though. Which means 3 fills in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. That's 7. So then 5 is done here. 5 is done here. Seven. Well, now, okay, now that this is blocked, now this one has to go here. Which means this is done. And there needs to be one to block this. Which means now this is done. And now 2. Well, this 4 is done now. Means 2 can only go in those 2 places. This 2 can only go in those 2 places. This 2 is done. You feeling like that? GG, easy. I think we're gonna try doing the entire top row today. That's probably what I want to try doing for this video. So not super long, but enough. Rule 6: each zone contains exactly 1. Okay, 1 of each. Oh, each zone. Exactly 1 of the gunpowder and at least 1 of those. Okay. Well, first thing first, the only way that this can kill 3, we do things like this. That black doesn't need to be there. In fact, that black can't be there, as a matter of fact. There just isn't enough space. There has to be one thing here, so I have to block that out like this. There has to be one here, so I can block the rest out here. There's one here, so I can block the rest out like this. There's a big 10 here, big 10 here. But now I'm going to have to figure out how to divide up this area here. This 10 is easy to do. Yeah, those guys are pretty simple to do. But I need to find a way that'll separate these. Oh, I think the only way to do it... So this one can't be with a 2. So this needs to connect to the 4 somehow. The only way is like this. Sorry. Yeah, this has to be 4. Oh, sorry, no, I lied. This has to be 4 like this. There we go, that's what I have to do. Sweet. Okay. Now is this a mild... Rule 7, each cat is hit by a single explosion. Yep, I figured. Might be obvious, but it needs to be said. Well, if there's none here, and there's none here... Well, this one can only see one cat, either this one or the other one, which means the rest of these have to be clear, right? Mathematically. Now, we need something blocking this here. I'm blocking this here. There's another one. Only one here to block these, which means these have to be clear. Yeah. There has to be a blockade here. Do you have any more of those? Like, there has to be a blockade somewhere? Nope. So... This cannot hit this. If it hits this one, it'll hit this, which we cannot allow. Which means there must be a wall here, and then the rest of this is no wall. The only way that this can be hit will be by this guy. So there's a wall, and then none of these are walls, which means this has to be that. That's not the one blockade. Well, the only way this guy can get hit is with this guy now. Which means these guys have to be up. Well, the only way that this guy can be hit, because this guy, we don't want this hitting this. This needs to have a blockade somewhere here. Which means this one hits downwards, and then this one has to hit downwards. But the only way that works. Pew, 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 pew. then this is hit by that, which means these had to be clear. These are kind of like nonogram-ish style puzzles, which are neat. This one is covered, which means you need some kind of blockade here, but this cannot be blockaded. This needs some kind of blockade. This needs to explode it this way. Now all the bombs... Oh? Oh no, this one's hitting across here. So that's the way that's done. This one hits across, this one hits this one hits this. There needs to be a blockade between those guys. So those guys don't hit each other. There needs to be a blockade between these guys. So I'm covered by that. There has to be a blockade somewhere here. Excuse me, I'm a little yawny today. Well, I see there has to be 3 walls, and I see exactly where they have to be. And that breaks things. So is it that it has to go like this then? And this is how it connects. No, okay. We want to... Fuck, let's... Okay, let's try this all again. From the beginning. Now, this has... Oh my gosh. This has nothing in it. So this 2 sees this, it will blow up that, which means these need to be clear. It's the only way that that can be hit. Which means the other 2 is this, that this 2 can work, is these guys. Those are covered. The only way that this guy can be hit is by this guy. Which means this needs to be blocked. Now this guy has to hit that one. This one can't hit this, so it has to be blocked. We could do that to connect them together. This one could do this guy or this guy. But this guy has this. So if it goes down, it'll blow that up. It means this is like this. And this is like this. And these are all of the different mandatorily placed things. Well, now what? Well, this is resolved. This is resolved. This 2 needs to have a blockade somewhere here. Which means the rest of these are solved. One of these needs to be that, so this is done. There's only 3 places that these could go in the first place. Which means this needs to be blocked off like this. Which means now that column is done. Okay. This area only has 3 places for walls. That's forced. We can close that down. This area is done, so we can close that down. This area is done, so we can close that down. Well, there's only two places that the walls can go here in the first place, so that has to be like that. These threes are now done. One of these has to be one, but both of these needs to be a wall in order for it to work. This has to be black, because there's no other place it can go here. These are both filled in. One of these are filled in. One of these are filled in. Well, we need these to be blocked. Right? Is that alright? Oh, wait, there's supposed to be another one here. There we go. Let's put it in a little bit wrong. That was my bad. I just clicked wrong. Got it. Okay. Another rule. Logic requires no guesswork. I need not wish you luck. Yep. Well, these both need walls. These both need walls. That means the only way that you can use this guy to... Oh, you could hit either of those. Still head this way. Could go down, could go across. So one of these are covered for. Two of these are covered for. Well, first things first. I see a 10 and I want to fill it in. I see a 1 and I know I can't fill it in. This 8 is almost done. I just don't know where that other dash comes in. Because this barrier, the only way that this guy could get seen by anybody is like this. Which means this requires a barrier like that. And that's done. This needs a barrier in order to protect this from the 2. This needs a barrier to protect the 2 from that guy that's trying to blow up. These 1 and 2 together fit this. But there's no clear consensus on exactly how that'll be laid out. This guy just has to hit both of these, so we go boop, boop, boop. This has to be the blockade then. 0. 3 is done, 1 is done. Well, in order for this not to blow up this requires a wall. And then we're finished with this column, so it has to do this. This bomb cannot blow up this wall, so we have to do it like this. Oh, this 8 has to fill in the rest of the way. This 3 is done, which means this 2 goes there. One of the guys has to be here. Other one has to be all the way back here. This is 2, that's these 1. That's these 2, that's these 2, that's these 2. Okay. So it's just filling in the other gaps. This is solid. 2 is already done here. 3 is already done there. There we go. Got it. With the X icon to save and quit the current puzzle, every puzzle has its own save slot. Good to know. Well, this guy can't get blown up by this guy. It has to be by this one. You need to protect against those somehow. Well, this has to be true. Then this has to be true. This to ensure that we have the blockades on the horizontal paths accordingly. And then we have to do all these. This is forced. No, it's not. More up there. I'm sorry, I just missed that. But this is forced. As is all of this. That's forced. That's forced. That's forced. Sweet, got it. Okay. We're 8 puzzles in, and there's 16, so this is halfway. Okay. I might only do 10 today, we'll just see. Hold on, I have to count misplaced walls. I don't need to fucking cheat. I can do things logically. For example, there needs to be a wall between these two, or else they'll blow each other up. Also, these cats have to see each other, because there's no other cat that this two will see. This two can only see 2 cats, so it needs to be indicated that way as well. This one can only see 1 cat. This one can only see 1 cat. This one, I'll have to put a barrier here, but that's the cat that it sees. This cat sees this one, and now all the cats are figured out. This is a 2. No enclosed areas. Okay. That was good. We can do 4 here, 4 there. Off by 1 there. We have the exact amount here. That's done. Okay, that's solid. I'm just filling in the gaps now at this point, because there's nothing else really to do. It's just filling what we already have and what we know. Um, 4, 3. There we go. Easy as pie. Okay, this will be the last one. Okay, we have a whole box here. So each one can see 2 in the other direction. The box here as well. With some effort, this number can be used to cheat. Well, here, there has to be either a blockade here or a blockade here. There could only be one blockade in the entire column here. So if the blockade is here... Ooh. Is the idea that there could only be 2 places for a blocker here? Well, yeah, so there's a 9, a 9, and a 9 here. But there's only one thing here. Which means you can't have all of them be 9s. Only one of them could possibly be here. So, like, it seems like... Which way does it go? Does it matter? Maybe it does matter. Maybe we do it so, like, the ways are either like this... Ah. So if we do this and say, okay, it has to do this, then everything else is blocked. So this cannot be blocked. Or sorry, this cannot be free. Which means these must be the same. So, like that. The 1 has to be somewhere here. So that's safe. That's safe. Hmm. With only 1 here. Hmm. I feel like that there has to be multiple solutions. So why does it matter if the 9 is here, the blockade is here, here, or here? Like, this is just what comes to mind. Some, like, goes right into that. Whoops, I did it wrong, but... Well, how many blanks could be up here at the most? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We fill this entirely with 4 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so, okay, wait, okay, wait. In this area here, maximally, we could put 5 blocks. Which means that there need to be 5 spaces here. Oh, but we could do 2 and 7, 2 and the 7, and then 1 and 1 of the 9s. Like, well, okay, so there has to be at least 1 blank here and at least 4 blanks here. Oh, wait a second. There's 3 down here, which means this has to all be black. This has to all be black. I'm sure that really helps us very much. But it is something. The question is, does this get filled in? Does this get filled in or not? We have 1 and 4 makes 5. 1 and 4 makes 5. So we have 10 on the outside at the most. So if we have 10 on the outside, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, let's do, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 35, 36, 37. 37 plus 5 is 42. That is how much space we have to fill in. 999, 27, plus 14, 41. Which means with the number of spaces we have total that we're allowed to work with, this entirely being filled in, and this having 5 in it, leaves us with 1 left over. Which means this does need to be a wall. But now it is just ambiguous. There's multiple solutions, right? Like, is the mandatory solution? Well, yeah, where does the 1 go here? It can go anywhere there or anywhere here. And the 4 can just be spread out however the fuck I want here. I mean, this is the obvious play, but I don't see if that's forced. So you put one on the outside, just to block that pathway. Oh, wait a second. No, we have to put one that doesn't block the pathway. That's why that's forced. So then this is like this. It is forced. Okay. Because I forgot about the little guy that forces everything to be in one area. That was a trickier one. So that was going to be the last one, but I lied. If necessary, review earlier puzzles to see rules again. I think I know what the rules are at this point, but... rules are rules. Well... this blows up like this. This blows up like this. We have to somehow split this entire area. I think that means it's going to be forcing to do this. Because we need a continuous line to split the area. And this is the only way that we can actually split between these. I should think this is forced. Because it's the only way to split these two apart. And they need to be in separate areas. And then we fill these out because they're done. And say, okay, well, we need to continue getting closer. And we just repeat that until we have all of this filled in. Okay. Now, we still need to keep going. So this has to be one of these. But we don't have more information from there. So it could go up here, right? There's no real rule about it not doing that. This needs to be filled in 3. So that has to be filled in like this. This one has to be filled in like that because of this guy. Well, I think the obvious answer is to do this, right? And there we go, okay. I didn't follow that logic all the way to the very end, so I'm not 100% sure if that was a logical solution. There are no secrets or meta puzzles. Okay. Take this as an invitation to relax. So it's vertically symmetrical. And it's horizontally symmetrical. And because of this, all we have to do is make sure that it doesn't close off the sections. So if we make the assumption that this is the direction we're going here for this to solve, then we're forced like this, right? Or is forced. Or is forced. I'm trying to find if there's a logical way of forcing this right now, right? Oh, well. That's a good way to do it. Oh, wait, it's too many. It's only this one that's actually correct. The rest of them are not guaranteed like that. That was my bad. So in order for this not to create new boxes, we need to fill in these corners now. And now there's no new boxes for this to reach. There we go. Got it. Tricky, tricksy, tricksy, tricksy. On the puzzle select screen, hold right mouse to quickly reset your solution. Well, this guy can only do things horizontally. So this is clean because there has to be one of them here and one of them here. What do we do that for? The threes. Well, the only bomb... Oh, sorry. The only bombs that see this are this one bomb and this one bomb. This one bomb is blocked, so this one bomb has to be correct. Because there must be a blockade here. Only bomb that sees this bomb is this one. That has to be visible, which means that has to be blocked. That. This has to be blocked somehow as well. Hmm. This guy can see 3, but it has to see this one no matter what, which means this has to be clear. This guy can only see 3. There must be a blockade here. So okay, to go up or this way. Only this guy can see it. Can see this one in particular. So this has to be visible. There has to be a blockade here. Which means these are clean, which means this does have connect to this one. This one has to blockade this, which means these are both accessible. Which means this needs to be blocked off like this, and there must be a block off like this. And if that's blocked off like this, these have to connect like this to block off like this. And this one's only visible through the 2 that way, which means that's blocked off. There has to be a block off this way at some point. This one can only see this guy, which means that must be it, and that's a blockade. Has to be blocked between one of these guys somewhere here. Has to be one here. So this one can only be seen by the 3, because this guy sees this one. Okay, so now they're trying to go for that one little corner up there. By the way, the only thing that this can see would be that guy, which means this is blocked off this way. So this is a little tiny triangle corner here. Only place to put the block is all the way up here. I'm trying to find what logic might exist. But I'm, like, not hitting anything here. Well, okay, this is like this. This has to be blocked, right? One of these has to be a block. Both of those could be a block. Now he's on the one here, so none of these are blocks. Well, we need a way to block these 2 together, so this is the only way to do that with that. Okay. There has to be something down here. Uh-huh. Well, there's only one place that the wall could be in this row here, so it has to be there. And then that resolves the 2 entirely. And that resolves the 3 entirely. Hmm. Try to figure out how exactly this is going to have to work. What? How? Huh. Where's that 1? Where are those 3s? How does this line up? Well, the 2 is done, so I can do this at least. Then I need... So I do that. That's what I was just missing. Okay. It's 5 here. Only one of these is open. Well, this is already spotted. I think it has this... Oh, wait. Is it spotted? No, yeah, by one of these guys here. Which means this needs to be blocked. There needs to be 2 here. We already have the 2. Which means this has to be open. That has to be blocked. This has to be open. This has to be blocked. There we go. That's done. That's now a solid block. Oh, geez. Okay. There has to be another block in between one of these guys here. But the 3 here is done. The 1 needs 1. The 4 needs 2. 3 needs 2. Oh. That was a very intense puzzle to solve. I got a bunch more left to do. I've done 13 today, but I'm pretty good. This has been pushing an hour already, and I'm getting kind of tired. So I will see you all next time. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching a Logician plays Logic Bombs. It seems like it's a really solid game, and I've got way more content to go, and I plan on playing more content. I will see you all next time. Cheers!